Afternoon, James.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Let's see. First, we'll go ahead and start with the contracts for the Flume, the owner's rep, and Ramco, the contractor. So I guess, do we want to do a motion for that, John, or?
Say that again? What do we?
We're asking to get the contracts for the owner's rep and the contractor signed for the Flume project.
Sure. Yeah. But haven't we done a contract with Ramco?
It hasn't been signed yet.
Hasn't been signed yet, okay.
We've awarded the contract.
There we go, okay.
Can I ask a question? So I know you talked a little bit about the owner's rep, so this is our project, right?
Well, this is sort of our project, yeah. I mean, we're a partner in it, but it is all the state's
State
fund.
money, yeah, it's all the grant money for the.
So,
And so how did so they're the ones that picked the owner's rep?
yeah, the owner's rep has been with us all the way from the very beginning. That's why we've stayed with that owner's rep, because they know that Flume from one end to the other.
But they weren't an owner's rep at the time, were they? Or were they?
Yes, they were, because they've been with us from the very beginning.
Very beginning from the
Yeah.
grant application through everything.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
So that's how
know
they
that.
kind
Let
of
me
got
write this
themselves
down,
in
or
there.
I'll take pictures.
Yeah.
You need this back?
No, go ahead, I've got one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got multiple. Yep. Okay, so, do we want a motion to proceed, or how do we?
Yes, we better, huh?
Okay. And I've got it set up so that Melissa can sign it, because that's the way we've done it in the past.
Okay.
However we want to proceed with that.
Well, I would move that we award the contract of $187,000 to the rehabilitation of McCamel Creek Wooden Flume Superstructure Project 2017-01-032 to Ramco Developments LLC.
Second.
Moved and second to award the contract for rehabilitation of the McCommell Creek Wooden Superstructure SHF project number 2017-01-032. All in favor?
Aye.
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 How much does the owner's rep make?
Does
About
this say 11?
50,000.
50? This says 11.5.
That's the wood specialist, and he's going underneath, Atkinson Nolan.
Oh.
For the, so it's actually two
So-
essential contract, or two consultants essentially, the wood science and the engineer guy.
So we're getting them both for 50,000?
You got it.
Move to approve the agreement between Atkinson Nolan. It's an agreement for professional services for the rehabilitation of the McCamel Creek Flume Wooden Structure in Montezuma County. Did you see a monetary? Oh,
No, the only monetary is this subordinate outfit to them.
The other one's in there, I think.
Is it? I'm sorry, I didn't see
so
it.
one of them is for
11,000.
Miss. It's for 11,500, and that would be for Anthony and Associates.
Correct.
And then you said that there's, and then the other one would be again to Atkinson Nolan for $38,000.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve an agreement for professional services with Atkinson Nolan for 30, what did you say, 38?
Mhm.
Yes.
38,000, and with, well, with Anthony Nolan,
Anthony and Associates.
okay, Anthony and Associates, wood specialist for 11,500. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Melissa
Yeah,
to sign
Melissa
that.
can sign that. Okay, I guess we'll go on to the Phil's World Appeal. I think I overheard some that, John, you might be working on that. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I haven't started working on it yet, but
Okay.
He wants us to be an intervener in between
Mhm.
that appeal and the forest, or the BLM, so.
Okay.
you know.
And I think the BLM would like us to do that too.
Would, yeah.
I did get a call from Connie and she encouraged us to consider that.
Good.
So.
did she tell you whether or not there was any time limit on how quickly?
She didn't, and so I researched some of the, 43 CFR, blah, blah, blah. I didn't find a time limit except for the appeal
Okay.
portion of it.
Okay.
Although, Larry
So
Don,
it's
you
on
were
track.
mentioning something about the 10-day, and I did find something on that. That was for a grazing appeal.
Okay, but we're not
It
actually
could be
appealing anything, we're
related.
just intervening.
Yeah, correct, yeah, so. I think we just need to look into that further.
Okay.
So, I guess the next thing we got is the, letter on the Lincoln Land Claims acquisition. And I think I've sent Melissa a copy of that. I think everybody probably has a copy
Mhm.
already. I
You have
haven't
a
made
copy?
any
You have a
changes,
copy
but,
now?
okay, you got it.
Is this what you guys were discussing this morning?
Mhm.
Where you made a decision?
No,
Because I walked in on there.
You know what? That's gonna come back to bite you one of these days. Come back to bite you,
Where you
Mr.
just got-
Speedometer man. No, we did not make a decision on this. We discussed it. And I think from James and I discussion, and I've spoken with James Dietrich about this, I think it's not in our county, and that's fully understood. We're stepping up into Dolores County, but we're connected. Those trails are connected, and the forest is connected, and I think it's wise for us to send this and state our position that if that land acquisition, if carried out, needs to be done where everything remains open to the public, the motorized vehicles travel continues and all of that. So I don't know what our Dolores County commissioners, they weren't at that meeting the other day. I don't know where they were, but haven't heard out of anything out of them about this, but I think it's important for us to state that, so.
I'm in agreement with you that it is important, and it,
Yeah, and it still baffles me. It's always gonna probably baffle me that these federal agencies, these public lands people, they never have money to build a dadgum parking lot down there to do any of these things that we want them to do, but yet when something comes up that they want, all of a sudden I don't know how much they paid for these 38 acres or something like that in these mining patents, but I'm sure they weren't for free, and they seem to find the money to do those things they wish to do. Odd how that happens. Yes, I will make the motion. I would move that we send a letter of support and a letter of restriction to Shauna Jensen, Realty Specialist, with the U.S. Forest Service, or Tres Rios, public
Same
lands,
one, public
well,
lands.
yeah. Attention to Forest Service, Dolores Ranger District, in regard to the Lincoln Claims land acquisition.
second.
It's been moved and seconded to send a letter of support to the Forest Service in the Dolores Ranger District concerning Lincoln Claims land acquisition. And part of the letter is contingent on them keeping the trails open. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that'll segue into the next Forest Service deal.
You have a
This
copy
one,
of
Oh,
it.
yes,
is this
I'm
original,
sorry.
the one with blue?
Here, can you use that one.
Okay.
That'll work. Yes, the objectors, I got the email too, and we have another meeting. It sounds like they're asking us if we can meet, March 7th from 2 to 5. So, I kind of anticipate it's gonna go a lot like that last meeting.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'll send out another reminder on that as it grows closer, and anybody that can possibly attend. Otherwise, I'll get on there and we'll kind of say the same thing we did last time. Okay, we also.
Will they make a decision based on the, do you know how that works?
They said that they were gonna make a decision sometime mid-March. So, what we've experienced before is that we've gone through this objection period and nothing happened. So they upheld everything, the Forest Service, in this case it was the BLM. So
Can you mention what groups were against the
Well,
roads
there
and
were the
trails?
backcountry hunters and fishermen.
Yep, there was the San Juan Citizens
Yeah,
Alliance.
and Mr. Buick-Carud from the San Juan Citizens Alliance.
We had the gentleman from Gunton.
Yeah, there was a gentleman there speaking for Mr. Cristo.
And they were against the trails?
Yeah.
They were against the motorized piece of it.
Yeah, they want to cut all that off.
They apparently got some horse packing they do out of there or something, and they feel like there's a conflict. That was kind of the gist of what I heard.
And there was a lady, was it the lady that owns Circle K up the river, that one of the last, I can't remember, she talked about being there on a ranch, and it sounded like kind of like a dude ranch type of deal that they, she wasn't adamantly against the trail part of it. Did she speak to?
Didn't sound like it, but she did have some concerns about the motorized use.
Yeah, I think, and then Casey McCollum spoke in strong benefit for the trail riders and his club and group, and, there was one other gentleman that was supposed to be there that wasn't, I know him well.
Mr. Cowan?
No, he lives up by the lake.
It's not Cowan?
Dennis
Dennis
Atwater.
Atwater.
Oh.
Dennis Atwater was an objector, signed up to be there, but he wasn't there. That was about it.
Yeah, so it was kind of a long meeting that I didn't feel like we did. Really didn't feel like we did very much on it,
And it was, because you had to wait a while before they let you speak, or is that?
They
Yeah,
take you
yeah.
in a certain order,
So, I mean, the benefit to that was getting to hear everybody else's issues.
Yeah,
So, I mean, that was,
hear
I
what
mean,
their objections were and why.
so by and large, what we were hearing was that it was really, you had to do with wildlife. But of course, I think our deer and elk numbers are, deer may be declining, but I think
Yeah.
elk has been
And
steady.
one gentleman, I think he made a misstatement. He said that any time a motorized piece of equipment, motorcycle, whatever, goes by a game animal, it spooks him for a half a mile, and he put these great long distances in there that, and I would like to, I'd have to see where he got that kind of idea, because a motorcycle or a bicycle, you're through there so quickly. Granted, you may startle the animal, but I don't think you're gonna startle them for a half a mile. Now, a hiker with a dog, I would think would scare the game off as far or further than the motorized thing going through there for 15 seconds, where a hiker with a dog and stuff may linger there for 5 or 10 minutes. And so he didn't give anything that backed up his assertions about
No,
that.
he didn't give us any sources.
No.
All he's gotta do is go to Jip Valley or Disappointment Valley, you drive down the road, and the golden eagles and the bald eagles
They're
are
right
within
there.
100 yards off. You can drive out there, out in the middle of nowhere, and there isn't a golden eagle or a bald eagle. That's hogwash, what they said.
Well, we've got deer living right here in town. I mean,
Yeah.
there's deer right here
And
within the city limits.
There's an
of
eagle
Fort
got a
Worth.
nest downtown Denver, for gosh sake.
Yeah.
So, I also have, we've been contacted by one of the last of the TDR owners. And, they've come forward, provided evidence that, they in fact had it surveyed and paid the fees to have them established. So I talked with John about this and talked with Melissa about it, so I think, they're well aware. The total amount, that we would owe them back would be $1,685. And at that point, we have one outstanding, TDR request that could still come in. But it is only for 2.8 TDRs. This
Did we
one
put
was
any time limits on this, James, or is there, I mean,
You know,
there's gotta be a cutoff.
We did, based on this original letter that we sent,
I thought this was gonna be the last one though, because this is not the last one.
well, we've actually got one other that could potentially.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. We put a 90-day time limit on the letter that we sent a couple years ago.
So, and I, you know,
Couple of years ago.
Didn't it, wasn't it 90 days?
yeah, it was 90 days,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, 90 days from the date on this letter, so.
I told James I thought we should still pay this. But I also thought it was the last one. Apparently it's not.
So, yeah, I thought it was too. We've got one more that hasn't been paid. They only have 2.8 TDRs. This one was one of the small ones too. They had 4.6. It's hard to believe it's gonna be a whole lot more than what this one would be.
Yeah.
Do they live here?
If they in fact show up.
They don't live here.
No.
I mean, that's why when we sent out notice, nobody responded. And, I mean, these people are from Illinois or something?
Well, he now lives in Boulder, but yeah, he's got
Oh.
an office in Illinois. We tracked him down to North Carolina, but apparently their business, is somebody, they just split. And so anyway, he now, is the sole owner of the property and. Anyway, how do we want to proceed on this? Should we, get back a hold of this guy and send him a reimbursement then? And
So how much, you don't know what the other one would be if,
I don't know what the other, we can probably find that out. I'm sure Ernie probably did the plat on that, so we could probably get that
do
information. from
you
him.
feel like, we didn't get a hold of him in that 90 days and that's why?
I don't even know how we tried to get a hold of him personally. What did we do?
Yeah, we just sent him, well, first of all, we tried to call everybody we could call, and then we sent a letter out to them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They did invest in that. He did pay for these things. And then we basically voided them. And so, if it was me, I'd want my money back.
I would want it back a long time ago.
I would have too.
Right.
And that's what you get with absentee property owners. They're absentees. And it's an investment property, it's obviously nothing he ain't interested in it.
Yeah.
I move we do not reimburse. They had ample notice and they had legal notice that, they had 90 days to state their claim to get reimbursed for the, whatever they'd done in the development of their TDRs. And 2 years later, they're wanting to claim it, and I move that we disallow it.
That's a twist. Did they contact you?
Yeah.
And what did they say? We understand that we can get
Yeah.
reimbursed for this?
That was it, yeah. He just said that he heard that we'd, rescinded the TDR program, and he was just asking that he could, get his money back too.
Better definitely say 90 days.
It definitely says 90 days. Okay, I'll read it. To request a reimbursement, please provide an invoice within the next 90 days from that date on this letter, which details the cost of surveying and reporting the TDRs. And the date is August 4th, 2014.
So if we never sent any other letters, so, did he find out because, he must have got that letter originally, or?
I don't know how he actually found out about it.
Maybe he's going to sell his property and he was talking about selling his TDRs or something. I don't know either. I'm hearing this from James.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to deny the
Yeah, it would be to Chris Foreman.
Chris Foreman for the TDR. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, I'll send you a letter.
4 years down the road.
So you better not refund the next guy when he contacts
You
us.
don't need that. He's out there 4 years too, buddy. They're way out there.
Okay, I guess the last thing I had was just that memorandum of understanding with the BLM, and that was regarding the travel management plan. They've sent us a draft. I forwarded that on to John, so I don't think we need to take any action on it. At this point, we're having some discussion on what we heard the last time. Depends how long we've all slept, but I think what we did was voted to take a look at it, and as soon as they got us the draft. And so they did get us the draft. I believe I sent that on to everybody, and you have a copy too, John.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it though.
So I don't think there's any super tight time frame on this one. I'll just wait until next week for everybody to have a chance to, by then, to look through this, see if there's anything that, has some red flags for us or anything. And then we can talk with Connie about it probably when they come in the next time.
I thought that there was a letter asking them to do this, and the letter was approved.
We did send a letter that clarified what we were asking for.
This is our letter
From them, okay.
No, I feel that way too. This is the thing, because I don't think you voted for it. Is that correct? Yeah, and I'm gonna be in DC next week, so we might have a deadlock.
Well, we'll just put it off for another week. I mean, I don't think we're not under a time frame on this.
While you're back there, Claire, Don, I think one of the reasons that I was a bit more amiable to this MOU is you talked to some commissioners out of Idaho and maybe Oregon or somewhere.
Out of Idaho and Wyoming.
Wow, that had entered into this cooperative agreement, this MOU with BLM, and they said it was beneficial. They felt it was.
They're the biggest co-producing county. You can't get more conservative than these commissioners in Wyoming, and they gave example after example of how it had helped them.
In their dealings with the BLM.
And I can tell you up front, well, he's the chairman of WIR, Western Interstate Region. He does not like the federal government, he's very anti, yes, and he said that it worked for them. That's,
We'll talk around up there in DC again when you're up there.
I'll be right there with them.
Make a decision after that.
Okay, all right, anything else? That does it for me. So one other thing I do want to mention. We'll be going out on a Wednesday to visit the Crozier Pit with Rob Engelhardt and Connie Clemenston. So we've been talking about trying to find someplace to have a designated firing range, shooting range. And so we were thinking that, this old gravel pits would be a perfect location. We don't really know how much gravel is left up there, how much product is available, so kind of analyze that. I think they're forward thinking on that. It would be a great idea. They're also looking down at the Stone Pit down there by Mud Springs. That one's probably a little bit less desirable because they would also like to put kind of open that area up to what it's needed. So there's probably a way you can combine the two, but we'll want to evaluate that. I think that Crozier Pit has a lot of potential.
Who's looking at this, James? Who brought this forward?
Called us up, yeah. And it was really kind of funny because about the same time I got a call from a guy that's just looking for a place to go out Lincoln with his kid, which is about 22. And there's no place left as far as BLM land goes within the county that you can really go do that. Phil's World, all that special resource management area is all close to Target.
There's a bunch down there against the Mesa. They're down there around our landfill and stuff. They can go down and shoot.
They can, but I think that's on the landfill property, so.
No, but they have to approve some landfill property possibly.
Yeah, but I don't think that
There's a gun range right out there.
Yeah.
My gosh, they got a beautiful gun range out there.
Yeah, I mentioned that to them, that they, They just feel like they like to find someplace to go hiking and then shoot a
I
few
think that,
things.
well, I think it's going to be a bigger issue. This is what I think they're doing. They're going to try to make it to where eventually you have to go to these gun ranges if you want to go shoot your gun on BLM property. That's what I think. That they're down the road.
When that great big one up in, by Cameo and Grand.
Yeah, and a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah,
Millions of dollars.
Yes.
That gun range up there, yeah.
up there in Mesa County.
Mhm.
And I think that's what that's
And it's in
about.
cooperation with the BLM and the same for a year.
Not sure what we're experiencing
Well,
here.
find the money, we'll go right along with it.
Okay, we'll do that. Because the last place we can go is down Leatherman. Pretty much everything else is just off limits at this point. So, yeah, I mean, what you said is just to hear what's happening. The discussion is really, along the lines of, why can't? There's so much ground up there, it's so open. And we understand there's been some bad behavior in the past, but probably, don't know if it really merited closing the entire thing down.
Oh, you can't shoot a gun on the.
You can't target shoot out there. Now, you can go out and hunt, but you can't target shoot on camera. So, and that was the issue because, that mud springs, it's got that, there's an earthen dam there. That's where a lot of people used to go, and that's where these guys wanted to go. But if the ranger's out there, you can technically write you a ticket for it. BLM said they're not really paying a lot of attention to it at this point, but I think that point's coming.
When they start singling out things like that, it's kind of like they talked about the antlers. They're going to pass a law where you can't go.
out and pick up sheds and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, and then there was a point made by one of them gentlemen, well, who would about go out there with the dog, walking. You can still do that, and that's more harassment on the game than
And then out there
the guy
they're
looking.
fighting for antlers for
Yeah.
sheds. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess that's
Sure.
enough trouble for today.
Anybody else have anything else?
Comment? Oh,
No, I did mine when you were out of the room.
Oh.
We did the resolution already.
Okay.
A couple other things.
Signed it?
I would say all the Colorado Republican commissioners got an invitation to go to the White House back there, and some independents, but no Democrats.
Okay, we'll open it up for public comment. Anything to say? Come up to the podium.
Still no taker. James, you can't get anybody up here. Come on. Good Lord, they say, geez, Louise.
No, I'm just coming up here to talk to these ladies.
That was a bad move, Jimmy. That was a bad move.
I was getting closer to you all.
All right, all right. I move we adjourn. Go to the Westview RV Park and go check it out.
Second.
Go RVing.
Move the second to adjourn.
All right. Did you give us a massage line up out there while we're out there, man?
You would have to speak with Miss Leanne about that.
Well, they have them. Hey. Yeah, they got a salon out there and a masseuse. Yeah. Don't, hey, Leanne, don't they have a massage deal out there?
I don't know, sir, you're gonna have to tell me.
Oh, okay. I just.
If you recall,
I knew
Leslie
when they
sent
were
us this
doing that,
thing,
they said
Yeah.
it was
and that's
like
on
part
April
of the
30th, which is